Okay, there's a list of prohibited donors, no? Prohibited contributors pala, that's exact. And if you receive a contribution from these prohibited donors, it's not only a ground for disqualification, it's also a criminal offense. No? Like, ano yung examples yan? Mostly, these are subjects of government regulation. So like we're looking at what, those who receive franchises from the government, concession contracts, diba? Suppliers, diba? Looking at yung mga, those in the civil service, bawal, foreigners, okay.
Anong bawal at anong hindi according to the law?
Well, yung financial institutions, pero siyempre pwedeng umutang ang kandidato, no? Those holding franchises on those with licenses to exploit our natural resources, those who hold contract or subcontracts with governments, both local, national, saka yung mga government-owned and controlled corporations.
Sabi ko, tatlong classes yan, no? Those subject of government regulation. Bakit? Kasi daw, ang lalabas dyan is that these people, when they become contributors, ibig sabihin, parang ano binibili nila yung politician. Diba? I-invest ako dito para yung regulation, gusto ko itong kontrata sa pagdating sa itong administrasyon, makukuha ko.
It's an investment.
It's an investment, diba? Kaya, ang pangit niyan na islang pwede, no? Ang second is, tingnan mo, ang rule is that government employees should be non-partisan. Diba? So the moment you allow them to become contributors, di parang you're allowing them to be partisan. No? Then the third is yung foreigners. Kasi, I mean, basically, you don't want foreigners basically running the country. Ngayon, ang makikita mo, yung those rich, yung mga malalaki, mukhang silang mas subject for government regulation. Diba? Or sila mas may kailangan sa government to get this contract. Ganun. Kaya ganun yung, parang naging symbiotic relationship between both of them. No? As compared to, really, if you're asking for, like every, let's say, I get a constituency who donates 100 pesos, parang piso para sa Pasig, parang ganun. Wala kang ganung groundswell na mass support.
Yung covered ng prohibition on exploitation, possession of natural resources, mining companies, basta yung may kinalaman sa pag-exploit or possession of natural resources, malampaya. Yung sa oil, sa gold, yan, covered yan ng prohibition na yon. It's prohibited because, again, it's to prevent undue influence on officers and officers of the government.
Transportation is a public utility. Water concession is a public utility. Technically, even yung broadcast entities, kasi ginagamit nila yung airwaves, sa may franchise sila. Yung franchise pala yun, hindi public utility. Or kuryente, nagmamanage ng papatakbo ng kuryente, yan, mga public utilities.
Exceeding contributions or receiving from prohibited contributors, election offense yan. Okay? Within COMELEC jurisdiction yan. But that not telling the truth under oath,
That's perjury.
that's perjury, DOJ yan. So pwede kang mag-commit ng dalawang ofensa sa isang dokumento. Diba? Pwede kang nag-perjury, hindi mo nagsabing totoo. At the same time, nag-exceed ka naman. Diba? So ang balak namin is to really, anong pwede namin ma-exercise within our jurisdiction, we will do that. But the moment hindi, we will endorse that to the DOJ.
Election offense yan it's punishable by 1 to 6 years. But unfortunately, if you look at our history, our electoral history, wala pang nakukulong, wala pang ang na-charge even charge or complaint na mga corporation or mga directors sa mga ganitong corporation.
Bakit ma'am?
Hindi pa ganun ka-enforce ang campaign finance laws and regulations natin. But there's good news in the horizon because COMELEC has started with its ad hoc campaign finance unit requiring all candidates, parties, donors, contributors na mag-submit ng mga reports. Doon yung start. Pero in terms of penalizing, punishing yung mga violators ng campaign finance law, ng RA 9006 or the Fair Election Act, wala pa masyadong development on that front.